Hello everyone, great to have your company and welcome to another edition of Around the Grounds presented by PSS International Removals. We start today in the Czech Republic and more specifically Prague, where the Zagreb Dockers have won the 2018 Central European Australian Football League. It didn't turn out to be their day, as rivals the Double Blues won the league's second tournament in Prague, but it did turn out to be their year after wins over the Zagreb Hawks, Northwest Eagles and Prague Dragons sealed their position as champions in 2018. The victory was set up after the Dockers won the league's first tournament in Zagreb back in June. A series of solid performances on the day then sealed the Dockers' fate as the champions of Central Europe, as judged by combining the results from both tournaments. In Saturday's final, the Double Blues did get the better of their rivals as they put in a stunning performance to win the final by 51 points. This saw them finish in second position, while the Zagreb Hawks finished in third place. Still in Prague, where there was a women's international friendly on the weekend between the Croatian Queens and the German Eagles. In a very competitive fixture, it was the Queens who got the chocolates by 19 points in a highly skilled affair. In wet weather conditions, the Croatian girls found a way to hit the scoreboard regularly to give themselves an important victory in the lead up to the 2018 Euro Cup. Both teams will be competing in the AFL Europe competition, which takes place in Cork on the 13th of October. To Sweden now, where the Norrtälje Dockers remain on top and in command of the SAF. Taking on the Ulster Swans on the weekend, the Dockers were far too strong as they ran out 67-point winners on their home deck. The performance was helped by a 7-goal performance from Matt Schulte, who leads the goal-kicking race. Let's hear from the Dockers star now.
All right, I've got the Dockers boys here. Matty, 7 goals today. How's it feel? How was the last home game of the season?
It's really good. It's nice to play on the home ground one last time, and of course the Swans kept coming hard the whole game. But the work we put in over summer, training 2 days a week, having practice matches, really paid off, and we ran it out in the last quarter.
In the other game in round 8, Solna Axman got the job done against the Södermalm Blues to continue their push for supremacy in Sweden. They now sit just 1 game behind the Dockers in second position on the ladder, now 8 points clear of Södermalm, who sit in third. To Oslo now, where it was a weekend of firsts for both debutants to Australian football and the Oz Battlers. Hosted by the Oslo Crows, the Come and Try taster session took off in Norway over the weekend with excellent results. This was then followed by round 5 of the Kangaroo Cup, where the Oz Battlers recorded their first victory of the season. Having lost to the Crows multiple times throughout the season, the Battlers turned their fortunes around to record a slender victory over Oslo. The 2-team competition in Norway finishes on the 22nd of September, when the winner-takes-all grand final of the Kangaroo Cup will take place. Finally now to Denmark, where the Odense Lions and the Odense Lionesses have had strong years growing the game in the nation. On the weekend, the Odense Lions and Lionesses took on the Farum Cats, and although results didn't go their way, we still have the chance to speak with head coach of Odense, Morten, about his side and the growth of Australian football in the region. Here's what he had to say about footy in Denmark in 2018.
This season the Lions have had a season where we changed coaches and we changed a lot of the setup structure. So we came in with a completely new game plan and we tried to work in some more structure in our football game. And it really showed through the whole season that we're improving game to game. And there's a few players who've really picked up not just playing at an amateur level, but actually playing some decent football. And it shows on many occasions that we are really improving. There's a fair few players who have grown not only into being a solid team player, but being really a superstar of DAFL. So we've had some impressive moments, both on the field and especially off the field. We've really built the club culture. We've had the biggest growth in numbers that we've ever seen. We are close to reaching 60 members, so we are by far the biggest club in Denmark. So we're really proud of that we got the whole social thing going, and we are really strong in not just competing at practice against each other, but really getting together as a bunch and enjoying our company with others.
Now before we go, this weekend there is a big event taking place in Strasbourg between the Dutch, Swiss and host the French. An international tournament organised by the CNFA, AFL Switzerland and AFL Netherlands sees all 3 national teams competing against one another as they prepare for the 2018 Euro Cup. To keep up to date with the event, be sure to watch Around the Grounds next week, where the team at AFL Europe will give you a full recap of what's about to take place on the weekend. Also this weekend, it begins. The AFL finals are underway from tomorrow with a heavyweight contest between Richmond and Hawthorn at the MCG. A day later, the Demons will play in their first final since 2006 when they host Geelong in another MCG blockbuster where the finals race will be cut down from 8 to 7. On Saturday morning, it will be cut down to 6 after the Sydney Derby between the Swans and the Giants takes place at the SCG, before the second qualifying final between West Coast and Collingwood wraps up the first week of the finals. The best way to watch the footy is with a Watch AFL Pass. Don't miss out on what promises to be a huge final series by purchasing your subscription from the AFL Europe website today. That's about all we have time for at AFL Europe. Thanks for watching from Australia House in London. Be sure to keep up to date with AFL Europe via our social channels, where you can find highlights from our events, interviews with players and tutorials with those involved in the game. Enjoy a week of footy, and we'll see you next week for Around the Grounds presented by PSS International Removals.